One. It's show week. I can't do it much now because I've lost my voice a little bit. And you know what that means. Ignite Wrestling is back. It's the end game. This coming Sunday at 96 Shenley Road. Five tickets remain at the time of recording. Anyway, joining me, someone that's got a lot on his plate heading to this weekend. That's for certain. It's the Ignite General Manager, CJ Carter. Evening, CJ.
Hey, how you doing? You seem to have lost your voice from the 350 podcasts that you've probably done this week. You never stop. I'm not surprised. I'm good. Yeah, I mean, I guess I have got a little bit more on my plate than usual for this Sunday show, but I'm all right. I'm cool about it.
It's going to be interesting to say the least. But no, look, this Sunday it's nearly sold out. We're nearly halfway through the year. Lots
Yep.
of stuff going on this Sunday. Is it okay? Are you looking forward to it? Is there a little bit of you don't know what old meathead's going to show up and do coming Sunday? What?
I'm not worried about Taylor. Don't you? I think everyone saw what
Mhm,
happened at the end of the last show, either I guess live in person, or there you go,
mhm.
either live in person, or obviously we put the footage out online for people to see. It was filmed
Yeah.
by various people on their phones because, yeah, well, Taylor decided to get in my face not once, not twice, and in front of the kind of the public as well, the fans, the ticket buyers, which was unacceptable. That was the bit that for me was the most unacceptable. Look, stuff happens. People lose their heads after matches. I wrestled myself for a number of years. I get it. I get it. People get frustrated. They do things they might regret, say things they might regret later on. But you keep it backstage. Do you know what I mean? You keep it
Mhm.
behind the curtain. You sort things out eventually between the two of you or whatever, and you work things out. But to do it outside of that environment, in front of the fans, potentially putting them at risk as well, it's unacceptable for me. It's completely unacceptable, which is why he's not wrestling on this show. To be honest, he probably shouldn't even be back at all, full stop.
Yeah.
But he wants to come and say his piece with me in the ring, which is where it needs to be done. It needs to be done in the ring,
Yeah.
away from the fans. Um, and if he wants to do that, then let's do it. Let's do it. Me and him in the ring. Look, we've done this before. It's not our first rodeo. Us two. For the first couple of years of Ignite, we seem to be going at each other constantly. Um, and he wants to go on about retiring me, but ultimately, at the end of the day, who won that match? It was myself. I had to retire, unfortunately, because of the injuries that I sustained while wrestling, and I just can't get in the ring anymore. So, but let's do it. Me and him face to face this Sunday. I have no idea what's going to happen. Look, I have no idea. I obviously haven't spoken to him since the last show,
Mhm.
obviously. Um, God knows. And obviously with Ryan and Tom there as well. Will he bring them out? Who knows? But whatever. Look, whatever happens, happens. Let's just do it. Let's sort it out. And no, I'm still looking forward to the show, regardless of all this. Look, this needs sorting out. Obviously Ignite is a big part of my life. I've been, running these shows for it'll be 5 years this year. And I'm not going to let someone like him getting away with that and stop me from enjoying what I do best and putting on shows for everyone. So yeah, I am still very much looking forward to Sunday. It looks like we're going to sell out for the second show in a row this year, which should be great. Despite the former champion Taylor James, who seems to have a chip on his shoulder about something. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what his problem is. Look, um, despite our problems, as the GM, I've given him, endless opportunities here, despite the fact he seems to constantly bring people in to get involved in his matches. Oh, at the end of the day, in the main event of the last show, it was his two buddies that got in the ring about 15 times during the main event,
Yeah.
trying to ruin, our main event on our show. So that alone could have been enough for me to be like, look, enough, you get out. But that's not who I am. So, and then he gets in my face twice as well. So, yeah, look, we'll see what happens.
I always say that there's ever since I've been coming to Ignite, it's like 3 years to the day, near enough, that my
Pretty
first
much,
show.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you and him were at each other's throats then.
yeah. So,
Uh,
so the first show you came to see, right? That would have
you and
been
Nina.
was that when I was refing? Was I
Yeah,
the
the
special
bitter
guest
end.
ref?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, the kind of kind of, yeah, the end of the Nino Taylor feud, the end of mine and his feud as such. Yeah. And that was 2 years in. So yeah, and we were, I guess he's never, for whatever reason, he's never let it go. I think he's never really let it go that I beat him in my last match. And I think that he just is resentful for that. And I'm not sure why. Look, he's been the champion. He's gone to the very top of this promotion. So I can't be holding him back that much, can I? Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? And if he's lost that title despite having two people helping him, what can I do?
exactly. And on the aforementioned of the Dumb and Dumber, here they are,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
like Harry
Yeah.
and Marv out of Home Alone. Anyway,
Perfect.
there
Perfect.
are yeah, wish they'd get fucking electrocuted and all. Anyway, all right, let's go here. Tag team action on
Yeah.
on a you've let them wrestle, you've allowed them back, and you've given them two opponents who every time they come here, they're always. I mean, I think it was their debut at the show or the show before. They really really well. They
November.
come
Yeah,
up.
they debuted in November. Yeah.
Yeah, we'd seen Ted before. It's the first time we've seen Landers. I couldn't go over the size of Landers.
Yeah.
He was a really big old. He's a big old
Deceptively
lump.
huge. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, exactly. You don't really notice it until he's staring you in the face in a lot of ways. They were True and Lacey, if I remember rightly, come up a little bit short against True and Lacey, and now they take
Yeah.
on Harry and Marv this week.
Harry and Marv against EM0. Yeah. The returning EM0. And look, there's no shame in losing to True and Lacey. They are
No.
legitimately one of, if not the best tag team in the country, traveling the world, making a big name for themselves in Japan. No shame at all. And they came very close in that one,
Mhm.
so close, and made such a big impression on myself personally, but also, everyone there. And I think everyone's been dying to see him back. They were just brilliant. And yeah, Ted was with us a few years back as
Yeah.
well. So it's great to have him back. Hugely exciting tag team, and they should be more places. Um, and as a tag team, also as singles as well. They work
Mhm.
singles around the country as well as tag team. They just need to be seen more by more people, in my opinion. So hopefully we can help do that by getting them back on Ignite. And yeah, Dumb and Dumber on the right there. Look, I don't want to be too harsh on them because they're great wrestlers. Look,
Mm.
but they are a pain in the ass. And
Yes.
really, probably I should have chucked them out the back door with Taylor. But look, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. It wasn't them that started this, and I feel like Taylor's beef is with me, and look, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I'll take them aside. They can have their match with EM0. They can, try and prove themselves in this one, and I'll keep my issues between me and Taylor for now. But we'll see what happens. Obviously on Sunday, if they want to get involved again, then maybe it'll be a different story. But despite everything I've said about them and what you said about them, they're incredibly impressive,
Yeah.
and they deserve a shot as a tag team. I think Ryan obviously debuted on the last show, came in, won his breakout match.
Mhm.
Tom being in the breakout last year, getting through to the final, and it's had some great matches along the way
Yeah.
with people like Will Cruz. And yeah, I have no doubt it's going to be a great tag match, despite my feelings for the Rebellion. Yeah.
Should be a good, yeah. It should definitely be a good match without a doubt. Now you mentioned the breakout. This one's slightly personal for me. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to bring in these two guys. Look, I mean, I've seen them now for the last 6 to 8 months. I think I've sent you a load of videos from them. I really rate these two kids. You've seen it, you've agreed, hence why they're here. AJ Payne, Regan Blade, two
Yeah.
very exciting prospects. The DKW Academy from Cobra Wrestling as well. AJ has already had some showcase matches. I mean, he beat Spike Trevay recently, and that is, what a tick on the box that is for somebody at his age to go and beat, one of the best in Brit Rest at the moment in Spike Trevay. Regan is a tag champion in other places right now. The worlds are at these kids' oysters, and it's going to be time that they're going to be showcased. Not when I say this, I mean this with respect, at a kind of bigger show than what they've been used to, and that's no disrespect to the Wrestle Force in the DKW. It just is, but it's going to be a breakout match of epic proportions for me, and unusually, it's not a triple threat like they have been recently.
Yeah, as a singles this one, but first let me just say, like you said, you've had a big hand in this one. You've been out scouting for us all around your area and the London area.
Yep.
checking out younger talents and talents on a lot of the shows like Dropkicks, WrestleForce. And these are two boys that you recommended. These are two that you came to me and said, look, really impressed with these two guys. Sent me some clips. I've seen bits and pieces myself online. I've never seen either of them live. Hands up, never seen either of them myself personally live. Seen stuff online, very impressed. You were very impressed. And obviously, if they come recommended highly by you, then yeah, no, then they must be good. Look at the people we've had in for the Turnbuckle Championship over the years.
Hmm.
You know, only the best come in. So I'm sure if you've recommended them, they're going to be great. And yeah, this is what the breakout division is completely all about. Getting two young, highly regarded prospects, hopefully on a platform where some eyeballs are going to see them. Look,
Mhm.
I don't want to blow my own trumpet here, but we had last year we had Denzel Mack and Tommy Tanner in a breakout division match, and within about a week's time they were booked for TNT for all of
Yeah.
their shows. And so if someone sees you on one of our shows in a breakout division match and is impressed, then it's not going to take long. Tommy Tanner was in the breakout division. He wrestled Spike Trivet on one of our shows. All of a sudden, he's work in progress regularly and doing every single progress show. And now he's got a WWE tryout. I am not saying that is down to us
No.
only, but look, I pride myself in trying to get eyeballs on people who I don't think are necessarily getting seen as much, or just newer, so haven't had the chance to be seen as much, like EM0, like we just mentioned.
Mhm.
And these two just starting out their careers, yeah, come into Ignite, make a big impression, get through to the breakout final. You could be the next Nino Bryant, you could be the next Mark True, you could be the next Tommy Tanner. The list kind of goes on with the people that have come through our breakout division and kind of look where they are now. So yeah.
It's going to be a great one. I'm looking forward to it, I must say. And yeah, I'm going to say my reputation's on the line, but I know these kids are going to
No,
deliver.
look,
These kids are going to deliver. They're going to be great. To give everyone that watching it first time, perhaps haven't seen them, Regan's very much high flying, exciting. AJ is very methodical. He's very hard hitting for sure. A little bit of technical, strong style about him. So there's a little bit of Colin Mills in there, I say, with AJ. And with Regan, it's like if you love like your Jeff Hardys, then you're gonna love Regan. So I'm really looking forward to seeing both of them in action this Sunday. Never seen them against each other, so that'd be interesting to see. That's for sure. Great match to put on with a breakout. But women's action is back this week. Obviously, a Luna. I don't know how
oh
if
yeah,
she's happy with me or not, but look. To be fair, and I will explain it right now. Look, we had to relinquish. Luna had to relinquish the championship. She couldn't compete on that show, the last show in February. So I made a decision. We both made a decision that she had to relinquish her championship. I initially thought that she was going to get the rematch straight away, as much did everybody else did. But when Chris Aries won the championship, he made it perfectly clear that he would not give Aluna the grant Aluna the rematch straight away. That she would have to earn Zed rematch, and near enough handpicked the opponent. And I think the opponent's name needs to change because she's called Violent Night. Violet Knight. I think she needs to be Violent Knight because from what I've seen of her, she's one hard hitting woman that's going to bring some. We've had to see it recently. We mentioned it over the last couple of years, Aluna having to bring out that more aggressive side. She's going to need to do it this Sunday against Violet Knight.
yeah, and she like you said, she's proven it over the years that
Mm.
she can do that, like with the Sapphires and the Chantel Jordans of this world, and really having to dig out. And look, even against like Mark True, for example,
Yep.
is like she can go toe to toe with the most fierce people in the ring. There's no two ways about it. And Violet Knight is someone who I've been watching for a little while, very impressed with, trying to find the right time for her to come in and debut. What a way to come in against the former
Mm.
turnbuckle champion, and now someone who is like really making a name for herself across the whole
Oh yeah.
country. And again, I'm not trying to say that Ignite is doing this alone for these talents, right? But like we just mentioned with Nino Bryant, with Mark True, with Tommy Tanner, the list kind of goes on, right?
Mm.
Aluna's another one who came in quite early in her career. She's been with us since I think either the second or third shows. It's been a very long time she's been with us. And now she is everywhere. She's working Rev Pro, she's working Eve, she's working Progress, she's doing it all. She's wrestling the biggest names in the country. Former turnbuckle champion, beloved by the fans at Ignite. And it is a real shame that she had to relinquish that title. We all, between the three of us, had a
Mhm.
discussion. I'm sure she would have rather not had to, really had to relinquish it, but she understood. She
Yeah.
knew it was the right thing to do. We had to have a title match on that last show. You know, despite what people may think about Chris Aries as a person, he had earned his title shot.
Yeah.
He deserved to have that title shot on the last show. So here we are. And as he said, she has to earn that title shot back. And I'm sure she's more than willing to do that. She's not the kind of person who probably would even expect to just walk straight back into a title shot.
No.
She's probably gutted that she lost the title, but she understands and she wants to prove herself all over again. And if she wins this match, and it's not going to be easy to do so, who's to say that the next match for her won't be against Chris Aries for that title again, and she could win it back. So it's huge for Luna, and obviously coming in for a debut, it's absolutely enormous for Violet Knight as well to want to make a big impression and stake her claim for a regular place on the roster.
It's going to be. I mean, Violet's wrestled around Europe as well, so it's
Yeah,
not like it's her first rodeo ever. She's
no,
going to
not at
be.
all.
She's won championships. I think she's been at Eve as well. I think she's done a couple of Eve matches in her time. So I think it's going to be a very competitive women's match, and who knows, maybe the winner of that may get a title shot, or maybe the winner of this might get a title shot.
Sure.
Now, first thing we've got to say is that we really wish Tommy Carl all the very best. He's had to take a step back from wrestling, and look, hopefully it's not for long. We want to see him back, but he has to be in the right frame of mind. He has to be healthy to do so, and we wish Tommy all the very best in that recovery process, and hopefully we'll see him at Ignite at a future show. But boy, oh boy, if you could pull a name out of a hat to replace Tommy Kyle, I was going to call him TK then, but everyone would be thinking Tony Khan. If you could put a name out of the hat to replace Tommy, Danny Black is the man to do it. These three complement. So it's Corey McRae, Jaden Williams, just behind my head, and Danny Black. These three complement each other so well. They're both, I think all three are kind of at different stages at Ignite. Jaden sort of just finding his feet. Danny Black's kind of cemented himself there over the years, but Corey obviously is trying to get back into that title hunt, longest reigning Ignite champion, like we've already said before. These three, I think this could well be match of the night on Sunday.
Yeah, could easily. I mean, this is yet again this is another example of the kind of match that could honestly grace any promotion in the country or
Mhm.
across Europe. Like both Corey and Danny are obviously getting bookings all across Europe as well as in this country. So yeah,
Yeah.
it could grace any big promotion. And Jaden is someone who just like with the previous names we've mentioned, just needs a few more eyeballs on him. And I'm telling you, it won't be long before he's another one who's picked up by Progress or Rev Pro or both for that matter, because he is incredible. Obviously, he took a few years out
Yeah.
to focus on studying. Had he not done that, he'd probably already be there now, to be honest. And yeah, I mean, look, CPF have proved themselves to be alongside Mark True and Kieran Lacey, up there as the top one or two tag teams in the country. Those two for me are the two best tag teams in the
Mm.
country. They're touring the world, they're touring Japan, they're touring America, you name it, you name the promotion, they're there. And they're undefeated as a tag team at Ignite for a long time now. I can't remember the exact amount of shows, but they're on a hell of a run as a tag team here, undefeated. And now they are both in huge singles matches on this show. Obviously, we will get to Joe Lando's match, but this is a big match for Danny. He hasn't had a singles match with us for a good while. And like you said, whoever wins this match could find themselves in line for a title shot, maybe for your title or even the Ignite Championship. That's where Corey wants to get back to.
Mm.
He kind of worked his way back up there. He had a couple of shots, didn't quite get it done, and he's not giving up. He made it very clear at the last show when he beat Jaden in a one-on-one that he wants that title and he wants it back. And if he has to prove it yet again on this show, in this triple threat, then that's what he's going to do. So yeah, and this will tear the house down. And just to echo your sentiments on Tommy Carl, the absolute maverick of Ignite, former Ignite champion, beloved by the fans. Yeah, he's stepped away for a little while. I'm not sure how long. Hopefully not too long. He's got some stuff he needs to sort out outside of wrestling, and he's dealing with some stuff. So you do that, Tommy. You take as long as you need, and the door is wide open for you when you want to step back for it, my friend. He's been with us since day one at Ignite. And he will be with us for as long as he wants to be with us. So as soon as he's ready, he will be back. And I'm sure he'll be looking for a title shot as well. So yeah.
He will be. He will be. And yes, can't wait to have the Ab Map back at Ignite Wrestling. I was going to say just quickly, Danny Black, if he was to win this match, and we'll talk about Joe's match later, we may have a CPF versus CPF match along the line down the road.
I mean, it's very possible. It's very possible. And we've seen it elsewhere in the country,
Yeah.
so could be coming to Ignite. Who knows?
Who could be? Speaking of championships, of course, we've got to get to
Uh,
the Turnbuckle Championship. Chris Aries, Mr. Happy, as you can see there, doing the Mr. Happy pose.
As always.
Look, yeah, as always. I call him the Comet now because he smiles every 2,000 years, like we see the Comet. But look, he got the job done, right? It was an incredible, incredible match with Isaac Blair. We haven't seen the last of him at Ignite. I'm sure he'll
Oh,
be back.
no way. Isaac Blair will be back. And he's another one that came recommended by yourself. So look, just to go back to the breakout match earlier, and you're saying your reputation's on the line. Well, so far you've done pretty well. So yeah, he has been incredible in the shows he's done with us. And yeah, narrowly missed out to the new champion there on the left. Sorry, back over to you, Adam.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. He really, really did. Chris Aries got look. He's the first ever Grand Slam champion now. So regardless, he's never going to be able to. We're never going to be able to take that off of him. Even if we want to take the championship of him at one point, we're never going to be able to take that off of him. And look, he deserves it. He's got the job done, right? And technically, the Grand Slam champion even includes the breakout in that
Done
because he won.
everything. He's done
Done
everything.
everything.
He won the breakout. He's won the Ignite Championship. And look, he won the Ignite Championship on the same night that he won the
Yeah,
breakout. And then he's gone on to win the Turnbuckle Championship as well. He's done it all. He's done it all at Ignite. He came in from day one. And this is what I was saying about the breakout division. He came in through the breakout division slightly, slightly kind of like more unknown uh,
yeah.
time. And within a year, he's the Ignite champion and he's main eventing matches against some of the biggest names in the country. And now he's a turnbuckle champion and he's all over the country. He's all
Yeah.
over the country. And that it's like a running theme. I keep saying it about all these talents. That's what we want to do for people at Ignite. They come in, they hopefully get a spotlight on them, and then they go all around the country and show everyone what they can do. And the man who's challenging him is another example of that. Denzel Mack came through our breakout division. And instantly got picked up by TNT. No shock there. Has been incredible in every single match he's had so far. Beat our pal Tom Mercer on the last show in a what I mean, look, I'm not saying this in a bad way, but wow, did that match surprise me on the last show? I think it did everyone. Like I knew it'd be a good match. Everyone knew it would be a good match, but it was incredible. What a match they had. It's far surpassed anyone's expectations. And that's not to say anyone had low expectations. Everyone knew it'd be a good match for sure. But wow, could easily have been match of the night. It was up there. People were saying it was, possibly match of the night. And he won that. Great match, big win. And here he is, finds himself in a championship opportunity after being with us only a year. So, yeah, that's what can happen. Very fast, you come through the breakout division. Could he be the next turnbuckle champion? Will it only be a one match reign for Chris Aries? Who knows? What do you think? It's your championship.
Oh, well, I must just to add on that when you said about Mac, you got to remember the match that they followed, which was
Yes. I mean, yeah, the most incredible opener I think you'll ever see.
yeah,
Yeah, to come out and with to try and top what we saw in the opener on the last show, and they managed to do that and had the crowd potentially even going to a
yeah.
whole nother level. Yeah. So here we are. He's got himself in this title opportunity. Who knows? I mean, I would not put it past him. I would not. He's impressed me so much since he's been with us.
Yeah, he's been great. He really has. I'm looking forward to it. I'm happy. Look, as much as Chris is Chris Aries, but I don't really mind who wins this. It's not like when Mark True was a champion. I wanted the belt off him as quickly as he could win it. And to be fair to him, he had it for the best part of a year. I'm happy with either of these two. Denzel will probably be a lot easier to deal with. He might smile occasionally as well. But Chris, we've also got the third man that's generally around, which is Scurro. in this as well. I'm sure he will be around, should we say?
Oh, you know he'll be around. He's always around. Obviously, he's out injured at the moment. But that hasn't stopped him being at every single
Mhm.
match thus far, being at ringside with Chris, getting involved in most of them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be there as always.
But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to who wins. Whoever wins is Denzel I've seen him around as well. Funny enough, majority of times I've seen him have been in tag team matches with Lincoln Spector, who has really started to impress me as well over the last couple of weeks. And just as a small plug, you'll be able to see Lincoln on my show in a couple of weeks' time. So keep a lookout for that. But yeah, very impressed with both of these, Denzel as well as Chris. And I'll be looking forward to seeing who comes out of that match as the turnbuckle champion. But to try and top that championship match, I think you've managed to do it very successfully with this. Look, I mean, how can you top this? Tommy Tanner, like you mentioned, he won the Ignite Championship at the last show. He cashed in his breakout opportunity and won it. He's been at Progress. He's been at TNT. He's well, a WWE tryout any day soon. He's going to be in a WWE tryout. That if you listen to his podcast with me, he said he sat on this very show and he said to me, within 12 months, I want a WWE tryout and he's got it ahead of schedule as well, which is it isn't a surprise when we look at him. It isn't a surprise, but on the flip side of that, I am absolutely flabbergasted that his opponent hasn't had an opportunity a tryout anywhere because Joe Lando has been absolutely, as part of CPF and on his own because he's been a cruiserweight champion with Pro as well. He has been tearing it up for the best part of at least 3 years since I've been watching it, and I'm shocked that he hasn't at least had an opportunity that we're aware of anyway any big a big company. But this right here is gonna, to end the show, and it will end the show. It is the main event for a reason. Those two are going to be absolute. It is going to be magic in that ring with these two.
I said it about the triple threat. It could grace any show in the country. This match here, and this is not, hyperbole. It could grace any promotion in the world, and I'm talking WWE. I'm talking AEW. TNA. You name it. And in fact, I truly believe that within 12 months, maybe slightly more, maybe slightly less, who knows? You could be seeing this match on an NXT, an AEW. It wouldn't be if this turned up, in 6 months' time on NXT, would you be surprised? Would you honestly be surprised to see these two working a match on the main event of an NXT show? Look where Leon Slater's been recently.
Hmm.
And these two are on that level for me. These two are both on that level, especially Joe. Obviously, with Tanner being so new into
Hmm.
his runners, as a wrestler, he's only sort of like 2 years, well, just under, actually, 18 months in, which is insane. It's just insane. But that's how good he is. Like if you could mold a wrestler, that's what you would. I mean, come on, he's 6 foot plus, blonde hair, jacked to the gills, can do all the aerial stuff, can do all the power move stuff, charisma. The ladies love him. He's exciting. Everyone, do you know, he ticks every single box, right? And he's only 18 months in. So look, he's everything that Domi's looking for. Joe, for me, is someone who, if I didn't have Ignite and I was starting a promotion tomorrow with all the money in the world, someone said to me, like, here's all the money that Tony Khan has, like, whatever, you can start your huge WWE AWS promotion tomorrow. Joe would be one of the first names on that list immediately before I even start running down, like, who else can I get? He is so talented in the ring, and I fought this for years. There's a reason that Will Ospreay, who is probably the best wrestler in the world right now, rates him so highly. Like,
Yeah.
you look at what Callum Newman's doing over in New Japan right now, and Joe is absolutely 100% on that level, if not higher, in my opinion. So this match would steal the show on a Progress. This match would steal the show on a TNT, on a Rev Pro. This match would steal the show on an AEW. When you think how crazy those AEW shows are, like 4 hours of just non-stop madness, spot fest, crazy matches, everyone trying to top each other. And I truly believe that this match would fit right into that. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're coming to see the show on Sunday, you are in for a treat with this one. And if you haven't got tickets yet, bloody get one of the last ones to see this match. Joe could walk out as the new champion. Look, he's been there before. It's been a while. Our first ever champion, Forrest Forrest Hayes, held the title for all of about 10 minutes. Unfortunately, he was injured in the match. He won it and had to relinquish immediately. So we had a mini tournament. And the final of that was Corey McRae and Joe Lando. And they absolutely tore the house down. And Corey walked out as champion, as we know, and went on to be the longest reigning Ignite champion of all time. But Joe's been there. He's challenged for this belt. He got so close at the time. Since then, has been in tag matches with Danny. But now he's back. And I'm sure he wants to prove a point that he's not just a tag team wrestler. And he's not someone who will just, you know, do the tag matches, not do main events, not steal the show in singles matches. He wants to prove that he's got that in his locker too. And if he can walk out with a championship, I would not be surprised. And like you said, if Danny was to win that freeway, we could be looking all of a sudden on the next show. We could have Joe Lando versus Danny Black for the Ignite Championship. Who knows? But yeah, this is a match. I'm telling you, in a few years' time, I'll be posting, bragging that I had these two on Ignite because look where they are now. Oh, look, Tommy Tanner's just been signed. Oh, look, Joe Lando's just been signed. Come and watch the match that we had Ignite 2 years ago. That's what this match is going to be.
Yeah, definitely. We seem to be forgetting NXT Europe, which, if going by the trials they're having, it seems to be Europe heavy. So
Is
that's
that a thing again? Is that actually happening? Like it's like, you know, it's spoken about and it's not
well,
spoken about.
I think it's been the talk of the town because of the tryouts this time. You've got a lot of people from England, Scotland, Denmark is in there. A few Italians are in there. You got a lot of European athletes and wrestlers getting tryouts this time. So I can only assume it's just an assumption
Yeah,
that
yeah. Well, look, if they do get that going again soon, I hope it. I hope they do more with it than they did with NXT UK. And
yeah.
that's no disrespect to the people that got signed there and worked there. I'm
Mhm.
sure it meant loads to them, and they gained incredible, valuable experience and had some amazing matches. But I never felt like they really went all in on it. WWE. I never really
No.
felt like for me, it felt more like a place that they were like for them to hold on to talent that they maybe wanted to use, maybe didn't want to use, but they just didn't want other people using them. Just do you know what I mean? Do you know what
Yeah.
makes sense? It was like it was a way for them to have like a retainer on some talent that they liked and
Mhm.
they wanted to keep under their kind of banner. But I never really felt like they gave it the big push like they did with NXT. Um,
Mm.
and I feel like that was a shame for the talent that were on it because they never really got used in the way they should have done, in my opinion, for a lot of those talents. Obviously, some of them went up, you know, look what Kit Wilson's doing. And
Yeah.
obviously, you know, Pete Dunne's gone up to the main roster.
Yeah.
For a few of them, it's worked out brilliantly. But, you know, for many of them, it didn't quite, I don't know, they didn't get the chance they deserved, I think is what I'm saying. So if it does come back round and someone like Tommy Tanner does end up on it, I just hope that it gets the spotlight it deserves and he therefore gets the spotlight it deserves. Um, and it would be a no-brainer to have someone like Joe on it as well, in my opinion, unless he's already signed by another like a New Japan or a Noah or something like that. Then yeah, maybe that's where he would fit in better for the time being, and you know, good for him.
On that note, we have to send our congratulations and best of luck to the formerly known as Rain Leverkusen. Lizzie Rain makes her NXT debut this week on NXT. So we wish her the best. But look, you've mentioned it. 5 tickets remain. I don't know if they may have gone by now. I don't know. But look, if people want to get them, where can they get them? And they
As
know.
always, 96.eventbrite. I'm going there right now because I want to see exactly how many tickets are on sale as we speak live. Although obviously this won't be going out exactly live, but
No.
as we record this, 96.eventbrite as always. And currently we are looking, well, as of what, a few hours ago, it was 5 tickets still left. Um, okay, we're down to three. We're down to three. It's down to 3 tickets.
Free single.
That's 3 tickets.
Yeah.
Um, we may be able to persuade the venue to squeeze in a few more. They might end up having to just be walk-ups on the day. But as it stands, all of the allocation has been sold bar free. So unless we can work something out with the venue to get a few more seats in, that's what's left. So if you haven't got a ticket, move fast. Obviously, people have seen this main event. Everyone
Yeah.
wants to be there for this. I don't blame them. So yeah.
Get them get them while you can because they ain't going to be there long this Sunday. We're looking forward to it. Make sure you're there, and obviously not Ignite Rest Pro on socials as
Yep.
well. Get go and have a look at that. Um, just a couple of bits from me. Look, dropping. Well, you would have dropped at time of recording. My latest TNA exclusive with Victoria Crawford, formerly known as Alicia Fox, for those of you WWE fans out there. Go and see that, and the rest of our playlist of AEW of TNA wrestlers. There's a lot of them there to see, so go and see that. And recording when this goes out. So when this goes out, I'll be sitting down with current AEW and Ring of Honor star Billy Starks, who's just come back from the UK and has done some stuff with Eve. And she was meant to be at Progress, but that match isn't happening now. So I'm not quite sure what the deal is there. But yeah, she'll be on the show to talk all things AEW, to talk all things Brit Rest as well. I'll see you on Sunday. Uh,
Yep.
I'll bring my bulletproof vest for Taylor James after last time. Look, Chris will be there. I'll be there. Make sure you're one of the last three remaining people that can be there. And for everybody else, we will see you there. But until then, everybody, buckle up, stay safe. Goodbye.